Hello viewers, the project which you are facing today is image transfer in a socket using Python. Before we move on to the project, we need to know the basics of sockets. How does a socket work and how files are transferred? A socket is a connection, usually a LAN connection, through which files or data is transferred for the communication of multiple devices across a LAN network. To know more about LAN and IP addresses, watch our last video on port forwarding. The files are transferred in binary, that is zeros and ones, through each of the computer. Today, the project which you are facing is not just text transfer, it's image transfer in a socket. You need to install Python in order to run this project. Let's move on to the project. Open up your Python IDE. The link for the code is in description below. This project involves two codes. One code is for the server which sends the file and one code is for the receiver which receives the file. If you want to do with multiple devices, you need to connect the devices into the same Wi-Fi network, and which device, if you want to send the image, should have the file image socket, and the receiving device should have the client socket. So let me show it. This is where my Python files or the project is saved. Be sure to note the place where the project is saved so that the image would be formed in the place where it is saved. The client project file is saved. Open on the image socket is the server file. It asks for the IP address. Go to your CMD. That's the command prompt. Type in ipconfig. You get a lot of results. In IPv4 address is the local IP address. It's given in the last video, check it out. You need to copy the IP address and paste here. And ask for the port number. But what is a port number? Port number. Each computer or a LAN network has lots of ports. Each port has a specific function. For example, port 80 is used in HTTP server. A specific port number is used in mail server. A specific port number can be used in application or online application. So be sure that you don't use a port number which is already reserved for your program in your system. So let me type 9999. It's not usually used in any kind of programs. So let me type it. And let me type enter. A TK enter dialog box appears. It asks for the picture file. Let me go to my pictures, and there's a picture of LAN connected to various devices in my system. Let me click it and click on open. Now it looks like the program has stopped, but it isn't. The path of the file is registered in the program and is waiting for the client. Open up your client and click on run. Before that, you can even change the name of the file. For example, it's given as Python image. Let me change it to Python image 123 and the extension. Let me show how the extension works. Run on the file. An important note for this project: if you want to transfer the file within a LAN connection, you need to have the same IP address, or you need to connect to the same Wi-Fi network. The client and the server should be connected in the same Wi-Fi network. As I'm using the same computer for the file transfer, it's already connected in the same Wi-Fi network. Let me type in the IP address. The IP address is the same as which I entered there. And let me type the port number. The port number is also the same, 9999. Let me type enter. It asks for the extension of your receive file. I have tried it. It's converting, but I'm not sure that it would work on projects. So let me type JPG. That's the normal format of files. The command of the program of the server stops, but the program has worked, as I know. Close the shell, Python shell, and let us see. There's an image known as Python image 123. Click on it, and the memory is 88 KB. Then some content is present in the file. As you can see, we have received the file successfully, but there are some black dots. It can be fixed by simple commands. If you can, try to fix it. If you want to transfer the files between internet to two or more connections, or the connection which is present outside your country, is possible. Watch a last video on port forwarding. If you know how to decode it, you can successfully make a connection between a device which doesn't belong to your LAN network, but through your LAN you can communicate with it and transfer your images. Thank you. I hope this project works.